The year is 2023. PBS Plus has just launched, bringing the world's streaming services to 4,387. How can anyone be expected to go through all this content? Fear not, loyal passengers. Captain Joe Shoes and his first mate Mez are here to travel through space and time to bring you the best nuggets pop culture has to offer. Strap in. It's time for the JoeMeZ podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 345 of the JoeMeZ podcast. I'm Mez, and my co-host, as always, is
the magistrate of Caravan City, one half of the FWF Tag Team Champions. I am Captain Joe Shoes from the JoeMeZ podcast.
Yeah, you are, buddy. What's up?
Gomez, a couple weeks ago I came on this program and I said, some things have been bothering me. So I decided to do something nice for myself this week.
Oh, okay.
Little treat yourself 2023.
Ooh. Yeah,
and
baby.
I bought myself a brand new, direct from Amazon, Philips Norelco nose and ear hair trimmer.
Oh, snap. How you feeling? How's it feeling?
I'm not gonna lie, it's a whole new world. I'm at the age where you have no choice but to trim your nose and ear hairs, and we're the one podcast that doesn't have a sponsorship with a certain brand out there. So I had to go and peddle, barter my money elsewhere.
Unbelievable.
So I went and got this new trimmer, and honestly, feel good, man. It's a big difference. Those hairs, they grow in, they get long. Sometimes they get caught in my mustache. Like I feel them tickling up against my mustache, and I don't know which one to pull out, if it's the mustache hair or the nose hair. Even when you pull out the nose hair, it leaves this little pinch, and then it makes you sneeze, and I hate it. I can't be doing this, and I have to look fresh, like fucking fresh to death. That's like my fucking thing. So I had to get some new technology in here to trim the old nose hairs, and right now you see it. I look good.
I got a new one recently too. I don't know what brand it is. I just bought it, but it's fancy. It's got like a little light on it. Did yours have like a little light? Like
no, because I shove it up my nose. So what do I can't see up there. Like,
well, when you look in the mirror,
Well, I mean, I put a lot of things in my nose, so.
Oh no.
I mean, not all bad.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm happy to hear you got that. I'm happy with the one I got, but
rule number 32: enjoy the little things.
No,
and this is one of those things that for $12 that it took me to upgrade into a newer model nose hair trimmer, I've already got $12 worth of happiness out of it.
Man, I think I paid way more than $12, bro. Damn, I got swindled.
Yeah.
Do I need the light? Maybe I don't need the light.
That's your problem. You're paying for extra lights.
I was like, oh, a light. Yeah, I can see.
See, you got me, bro. When you're shaving your taint, you may want a light down there. Actually, see what's going on.
How can I see that? Wait a minute.
You move everything out of the way. That's why you got two hands.
Do you have a mirror? Do you have a mirror to like look? No, you just wing it. You just whatever.
You don't know where everything is at this point.
I
mean, I've spent a lot of time scoping out the terrain here, so I have a pretty good idea of where things are.
Good. I'm glad that you're nice and well-groomed for the podcast.
The godfather of grooming.
Oh, we're the most well-groomed podcast. Look at us. We're fresh, bro. Woo.
The professor of pubes.
Whoa, wait a minute. Is that what you want to be a professor of?
I mean, the knowledge is there.
It's not a bad thing to have some knowledge on, but professor, that's a lot.
I mean, I could be the dean of dick hair. That would be an upgrade.
An upgrade, but that's a lot of responsibility.
It is, because then you got to kind of inspect other people's dick hair.
Just lining them up.
You got to go and give evaluations every now and then.
You definitely need a light for that, right? You have your little flashlight, and
I would get the one like a mechanic wears on his head.
Put it on.
Yeah.
He got a little comb. You gotta make sure everything's all right. Look at that. Pube hairs.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to start the show. So thank you guys for listening to the JoeMeZ podcast. Remember to hit that subscribe button wherever it is that you're listening to this, or if you're watching on YouTube, leave a 5-star review. Get down in the comments. Tell us what you think about this week's episode. Make sure you watch all the other episodes too, because why the hell not? And leave those 5-star reviews, screenshot it, tweet it to us at JoeMeZ, and you can win an autographed 8x10 from both Gomez and myself. We got a review this week, Gomez. It's the first one in a while.
Okay, let's hear it.
It's on iTunes from the GBB. Ooh. And I hope you took a whiz, because this is gonna be a while.
Oh, okay. Let me sit back and relax.
It's 5 stars, which is the only kind of reviews we accept. And it says, engaging pop culture podcast. As an avid fan of pop culture, I recently stumbled upon the JoeMeZ podcast, and I must say, I was thoroughly entertained from start to finish. Hosted by Joe and Mez, 2 charismatic and knowledgeable individuals, this podcast offers a refreshing and engaging perspective on a wide range of pop culture topics. One of the standout features of the JoeMeZ podcast is the chemistry between the hosts. Joe and Mez have a natural rapport that is evident throughout each episode, creating an enjoyable dynamic that keeps listeners hooked. Their banter is witty and fun, and their passion for pop culture shines through in their discussions. The content of the podcast is diverse and covers various aspects of pop culture, from movies and TV shows to video games and comic books. The hosts provide in-depth analysis, reviews, and opinions on the latest releases, as well as delving into nostalgic favorites and cult classics. They also share interesting trivia, behind-the-scenes information, and personal anecdotes, adding depth and authenticity to their discussions. One of the aspects that sets the JoeMeZ podcast apart is the host's genuine connection with their audience. They actively engage with their listeners through social media, taking the time to respond to comments and questions, which creates a sense of community and inclusivity. This interactive approach makes listeners feel like they are part of the conversation and adds a personal touch to the podcast.
Oh, that was great.
The production quality of the JoeMeZ podcast is top notch. The audio is clear and the hosts' voices are pleasant to listen to. The episodes are well structured and flow smoothly, making it easy to follow along and stay engaged. The show notes also provide helpful links and references, enhancing the overall listening experience. As a pop culture enthusiast, I appreciate the JoeMeZ podcast's diverse content, engaging hosts, and interactive approach. Each episode feels like a captivating conversation with friends, and I always come away with new insights and recommendations. Whether you're a movie buff, TV show junkie, video game enthusiast, or comic book aficionado, this podcast is a must-listen for anyone who loves all things pop culture. In conclusion, the JoeMeZ podcast is a delightful and informative show that offers an entertaining and authentic take on pop culture. With its engaging hosts, diverse content, and interactive approach, it's a podcast that is sure to captivate and entertain fans of all things pop culture. Highly recommended. So thank you, the GBB. Wow. And also thank you to ChatGPT, who wrote this for you. So as I'm reading this, I was like, this is definitely one of these AI motherfuckers.
Like
and at the bottom in parentheses, he put written by ChatGPT, but pretty much accurate. So hey,
my goodness, maybe AI ain't so bad, huh?
AI sounds great. And thank you guys for listening to this week's episode. That's all the time we have. Just leave those 5-star reviews.
Oh man, have you messed with some AI stuff yet? Have you?
No, I can't figure out how it works.
I haven't. I'm interested,
but I'm you know, I'm a little nervous. I'm not
Like,
ready to jump in
I've
there.
seen the Terminator, so I know what happens with these
Yeah.
things. Not really chomping at the bit to get myself involved there.
Yeah, let the Terminator go next door. Let him leave my house alone, please.
Your clothes, give them to me now.
My goodness, that'd be good, man. Hey, that was a pretty damn good review.
I think it was a great
getting
review.
I was like, man, we gotta send this guy something extra. This is crazy. This fucking review.
Yeah, GBB, slide into those DMs and we'll get you an 8x10 and see what other goodies we could stuff in there.
Sure. Oh wow, thank you. Whew. Yo, don't be coming with reviews unless they like that, bro. Like,
you know what? I'm kind of annoyed. Joey Hudson, our good friend from Minnesota. He calls himself the Weird Al Yankovic of action figure collecting. You know, Joey's a funny guy. I've met Joey in person. Nice guy. He actually just sent me a picture this week where I guess they have one of those digital picture frames up in his house. And, you know, it's like pictures of him, his wife, his kids, the whole family. And in the middle, once it scrolls, there's a picture of him and Captain Joe's shoes that comes up. So I made the family photo frame. And I'm very grateful to that. It's a great picture. But Joey has written many 5-star reviews for the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. And when he does, they are often a song. So he writes a parody song lyrics to put over the show, and he's written 5-star reviews for us, so I don't want to give him too much grief here because he has left us reviews, but I would like a parody song about the podcast to come on and sing. I love to sing. I've got this.
We love parody songs.
Yes, we do. We love cover songs too.
Yeah, cover songs.
JoeMeZ is telling me his number one band, Ghost, coming out with a cover album.
Yeah, bro, can't wait. It's an EP. It's like 5-6 songs.
Okay.
There's like Def Leppard on there. Their first lead single is a Genesis song. You know what song they're doing? I'm excited for Tina Turner. We Don't Need Another Hero. Nice. I'm excited, bro. Woo.
So I listened to the Genesis song. You sent it to me out on Twitter the other day. I encouraged people to start leaving me songs, and we'll put together a playlist. And I said, here's the song that's, you know, kind of playing on loop for me right now, and it's that 10-year song from the new Fall Out Boy album. And a couple people left some songs. JoeMeZ left this new Ghost cover of Genesis's Jesus He Knows Me. Now, this was a pretty big song in the early 90s. It had a lot of play on MTV. There was the music video. Everyone's doing this. This was like a big thing for 10-year-old Joe Shoes right there. Jesus, he knows me, and he knows I'm right. So I was hyped to hear that, and I liked it. I like it a lot. So that's going to be on the old playlist. Go check it out. Ghost, Jesus, he knows me. You can find it on YouTube and stuff already. But the album's still to come out.
So a couple weeks, May. It's in May. So good. Oh man, anytime I get some new Ghost, I'll listen. And a cover, woo, baby. There's been a lot of new music. You listen to the Kelly Clarkson dropped a couple new songs. You've been listening to that stuff.
No, I don't. I really don't follow the music scene. Like something kind of has to hit me in the face for it to get my attention.
Yeah,
every now and then, our boy P Cool does keep me in the loop on a lot of things. P Cool got his fingers on the pulse of what's hip and what's hot.
What pulse? The fucking morgue? Get the hell out of here. Those days are long past, P Cool. Get the fuck out of here.
He sends me all the Kelly Clarkson covers that she does on her show.
Well, that's the best part. I love that shit.
Kelly,
you know, she went through a breakup. You know, she's divorced now. So this album, it's gonna be some fire on this album, bro. Especially those singles that came out. She's a little mad.
I think the whole reason for this is because she didn't respond to my request to be her Valentine back in 2011.
You put a curse on her. Teach her.
I put a spell on you. See, I could sing too. I could do covers. They call me the Colossus of covers.
Woo, love it.
But JoeMeZ, we had a very, very busy action-packed week. We got a little Mandalorian. We got some Power Rangers. It was JoeMeZ week.
Everything that went on. I totally forgot. Yeah, the Mandalorian season finale was last week.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
So let's start with that. Just general impressions. How do you feel about the season as a whole? How do you feel how it ended? Are you looking forward to more?
So the season finale, I thought was a very fun episode, action-packed. A lot of awesome shit. Mandalorians in the sky fighting. Fuck, it was awesome. A lot of awesome stuff. I didn't think it was great. There were some great moments. You know, I thought it was a good episode. As a season finale, and now that the season is done as a whole, I'll say, you know, it could have been better. I still enjoyed most of the season, but they did a lot of wheel spinning, and it seems like we just kind of like, hey, let's hold off on the Mando story. Let's do Bo-Katan, do all the Mandalorians, and then season 4, guys, we're gonna go back to the start of everything. Give us some Grogu. I'm like, all right, I'm not really happy with that direction there. So that's my complaint.
I agree with a lot of what you said. I thought this episode was fun. It had a lot of what makes Star Wars fun involved. A bunch of shit in space, some weird creatures, some cool fight scenes.
Yes.
And yet the end, where it's just like Mando and Grogu retreating to their house like Thanos to just kind of take a deep breath and relax.
Seems like a series finale, right? Like this is it. This is the end of the show.
It's like,
no
okay,
more.
like, and that's, well, dun.
It's like, okay, interesting. So
and it was, for an episode that was so like packed with action and happenings and circumstances and stakes, it just like ends in this very demure and flat way where it's almost like, oh, I guess I mean, sure. And you know, it really gave me those Thanos vibes. He kind of just sits back in the rocking chair and like lets out a deep breath.
Chilling. You see the mythosaur at the end open its eyes. Ooh, that's supposed to hook us. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not really invested in that. There were no bad guys. There were no heel turns. We thought maybe there might be.
We thought for sure there was going to be someone on the inside, you know, stooging off some information. That turned out to be not the case.
No.
So
not at all.
I mean, it's not the worst thing to be surprised about.
Sure.
But at the same time, it was just like, oh, well then where did this all come from?
I agree. So that's why, like, you know, now that it's over, because you should judge a series, you know, when it's done. You know, it's okay. Again, I guess it's the worst season, but it's not like, oh, I hate it. But, you know, the first 2 seasons were more enjoyable, I guess.
Yeah, and especially with the way the finale of season 2 was like such like,
sure.
I mean, it was a pop culture moment, you know, like it was one of those things where, and it could have been spoiled at any moment. Thankfully, it wasn't spoiled for me.
No.
And to have that moment and, you know, watch like what happened and the Luke Skywalker appearance and the appearance of the X-Wing at first and being like, wait, one X-Wing, and going, nah, they didn't fucking do. Oh my God, they did. And then to have it kind of mirrored against this year's season finale where it's just like an exhale, and it just, I don't know, felt kind of very underwhelming at the end. But all in all, I did enjoy this season enough. But like you said, it would definitely be the weakest of the 3 seasons.
Yeah, okay, we had fun. Just you know, I don't know. Season 4, they say it's already it's already written, it's ready to go. So, you know, I'm excited, but we'll see how. We don't have another Star Wars show, I guess, till the end of summer.
We don't have another Star Wars.
So, like, I guess Ahsoka's the next Star Wars things we get.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited for that, of course. You know, Fillion did all the episodes. This is his baby, so you know, it should be in good hands. I'm excited. Grand Admiral Thrawn, baby.
I know you're excited for that.
I'm so excited for that. I'm surprised we didn't get a tag. I thought there'd be a post-credit scene. Maybe like him throwing up to reveal, you know, he's the big bad guy. He is back. You know, I woke up early and watched it as soon as I woke up because I was like, I don't want to have anything spoiled. Last year we got Luke. Who knows if anything crazy is gonna? I just don't want to hear it. You know. Now those credits rolled. I stayed to the end. Fucking, you know, this is the German language credits.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, we ain't getting nothing now. I was like, shit. I was like, okay, all right. You know.
So that was the Mandalorian season 3. We did it.
We did it. You know, I'm a little sad because I like having Star Wars content on the TV. But
now you could catch up on other things like the Rookie season 6.
How's that going?
Still going.
Still going. Anything crazy happening this
Still
year?
going.
Rookie? Just
Still rookieing about.
Random episodes. Just nothing really happening.
It's not offensive. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not overly great. It exists. It's good enough. I like Nathan Fillion. I can
getting our boy a paycheck. Good for him.
Yep.
Cashing that ABC money.
Oh, who's that girl? Jenna Dewan. Oof. She's become a regular in the past season and a half or so. Yeah. She's his fiance in the show now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's always way above his head, huh? Nathan Fillion, always.
Yeah. Good for him.
Good for him.
Him and I have a lot in common outside of the solving mysteries and just always being attractive to really hot versions of the opposite sex. It's our cross to bear, unfortunately.
Hey, why not? Always aim high. Why not, bro? Never sell yourself short.
I don't even have to aim. They just find me. It's
sharpshooter, baby.
Yeah, I am the Bret Hart of dating. The WWE version of Bret Hart, like not the WCW. I'm not like NWO 2000 Bret Hart.
Oh, thank God not.
Yeah.
You brought up wrestling real fast, Joe. Your boy Triple H had a
big announcement, baby. We love it.
Big announcement on Monday Night Raw.
This is my favorite trend in pro wrestling right now, where every week someone has to come out and give a big announcement. I love it. And I thought for sure that my double main man, Triple H, Trips, I thought he was going to give us the announcement of the century and blow Desmond Wolf's announcement out of the water from last week. I was certain of it. And he did not do that.
Boy, did he not do that. They announced there's going to be a new title, Joe. Roman Reigns is too good. He's too good.
Because no one else can ever beat Roman Reigns, we're just going to make another belt for second place.
What this? I can't even imagine how this is so fucking stupid, bro. Holy shit. We was like, bro, we want this. We want to break this record. We want this unbeatable guy, but maybe we don't at the same time. So don't do it. Like, what are we doing? Clearly, you want a champion on your show. Oh my God. It's really bad.
I don't get it. I think it devalues all the other belts that had meaning because
sure
it's been established to be so difficult, near impossible to beat Roman Reigns. So the other belts do have meaning now. And I just don't know what they're going for here. Like, I really don't.
Like they're doing the brand split again. They're doing a draft, and supposedly, as always, they're sticking to this. You're only on one show. So they want a belt on both shows.
And this is always the problem with the brand split. And I guess they're trying to beat AEW to this, since AEW is about to do a brand split themselves. But is there enough talent to carry two brands? And I don't mean like there's a lot of talented guys.
There's enough talent, but to carry,
there's enough guys.
No.
But like legitimately stars. Is there enough star power to carry two brands? Because when we first had the brand split, the first ever draft, and going back to 2002, 2003 now, this is 20 years ago now. But look at the names we had at that time. You had Hogan, Hall, Nash, Rock, Austin, Angle, Jericho, Benoit, like Triple H, these top guys. Top guys. Like Ric Flair was still around at that point. Like, so there is a ton. McMahon is even a star, that he's going to be the GM of one show. And like after you get past the Bloodline and Cody, who I guess you give me Owens and Sami Zayn
and Drew McIntyre.
Okay.
So you split them up. So you got Drew McIntyre, 3 over here and 3 over Cody. Here. So you got two baby faces. You got two baby faces, maybe one heel. It's I don't know. It's the world championship jump from both shows, and every other belt you leave on the show like that. There's only because are they gonna split up the tag titles? That's a unified belt also.
I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, unless they're trying, maybe this is just one of those situations where they're trying to keep their roster healthier. I don't know. Have them work less dates. Maybe make pay-per-view matches more meaningful. Maybe this is an Endeavor directive.
Basically, I mean, it could be because UFC wants to have a title fight every pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So if the champion stubs his toe and is out for a month, they'll be like, nah, but we got to have an interim title right here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it is. I guess they want a champ on every show. But it's just, who you can have Cody win this belt? Like, this is the story telling us to wait. This is only chapter 3. Bro, the story's fucked up right now. I got to tell you.
And that's what I mean, where at that press conference, Roman and Paul were like, oh, we're only in the 3rd inning right now. And that's all well and good, but you can't possibly sell to me that making up a fake belt is the 4th inning.
It's silly. And then it's also, so, you get drafted to Raw. Well, your champion's on Raw every week, bro. So if you're on SmackDown, Roman's still the champion on SmackDown. So you're shit out of luck. Like, it don't even matter. It's not like the champion goes back and forth. So you're going to have a champion for one show only. I don't know.
I don't fucking get it. But JoeMeZ, enough with the wrestling because you had a big week. A lot of stuff for JoeMeZ. I know you went to the movies this week.
Oh, yes. I went to the movies twice, Joseph.
Twice.
2 days in a row.
How did you ever manage to lose your child for 2 consecutive days?
When she's in school, I had day off. I go during the day. That's it. Boy, trust me, you find ways. You got to plan in advance. You go, all right, I'm dropping her off here. I have X amount of time to do this, and that. That's life as a parent. Planning your shit out, or else you will not get nothing done that you want to do. So I planned in advance to have 2 days where I could go to the movies. Oh, baby, it was JoeMeZ week. One of these movies I saw, it starred my quadruple main man, Joaquin Phoenix. He got a new movie out.
Really? Joker too?
Not yet, bro. This one is called BEAU is Afraid. It's 3 hours.
This is gonna be one of these fucking movies.
Yeah, it is. It's 3 hours long. It was directed by the guy who did Hereditary and Midsommar. So I'm a fan. This is not a horror movie, but let me tell you, it's a JoeMeZ movie. Let me tell you, it is an adult picture. And it is one of these what's happening, what's going on in this movie kind of thing. It's weird, kind of crazy. I enjoyed it. I love it. But, 3 hours hanging with my good buddy Joaquin, can't go wrong there. I was never bored. I'll say that.
I'm bored hearing about it.
But then the other movie, this is the big movie of the week.
Well, what kind of grade do you give it?
Like a 3, I guess,
Okay.
3. I didn't hate it. Nothing, But the other movie I saw was the big movie this week, Joe. #1 movie in the country. Ooh, baby.
You mean #1 horror movie?
No, I believe it beat Mario finally. Mario was number 2.
How?
Because Mario's been out for 14 weeks now. Eventually.
But I mean, this can't be the movie that I got to hear about dethroning Super Mario Brothers.
I think it will just so happen. I'm not that horror. It doesn't have this, momentum nowadays. But still, I think no matter what was coming in these next couple weeks, Mario can only be #1 for so long, baby.
No, I don't believe that. Titanic's still #1.
Avatar was #1 for quite a while.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about Evil Dead Rise, baby. The new movie in the Evil Dead franchise. Oh, what you think? Did you go run out to the theater, Joe?
Ran out. I was waiting online in the rain. I was listening to my Adele on the Spotify. And I said fire to the rain. And get me in the mood to be bored to death by Evil Dead.
Bored to death. Joe, I gotta tell you.
Now, this is number what in the franchise?
This is number 5.
Okay.
5
I believe I've
movies
seen
a TV show.
I believe I've seen the first 2.
Yes.
I hated them both.
Sure.
So I have no interest in this.
But this is not, I have to tell you though, these movies are not, they're Evil Dead movies in really name alone.
Mm-hmm.
The past 2 movies that came out, the 2012 version and this version, they are straight up just horror movies. It's not, this one is a little more jokey, but it's not like the silliness that you were not a fan of in the Evil Dead movie.
I don't like fun.
Serious.
I don't like silly. If you're gonna, I want authenticity in all my movies.
Well, this would be it. This is like more scary, very bloody, very violent.
That's what I've
Ooh,
been waiting for. This
spooky.
is the evil. This sounds like the Evil Dead movie that I've been waiting decades for.
You keep talking, I'll make you watch it in a couple weeks
No,
now.
it's okay. I feel like I've already seen it.
I was not a fan of the 2012 version. I've come around to liking, some of it. The ending is amazing. I will never say anything bad about that. The chainsaw in the rain, amazing shit, great stuff. This one, I liked it better than the 2012 version. Still not the biggest fan. I do enjoy that they, it was very violent and scary, but they still had some laughs. They still played a little humor to it at times.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Maybe it's because like demon possession movies ain't really my thing, when it comes to shit like that.
Have
And
you
so-
never been possessed yourself?
No, never. Have
Maybe
you?
that's why. Well,
Oh.
twice.
I want to hear one time. You don't have to tell both times. One time.
Well, let's start off when I was 7. I was
that's-
at the Catholic Church, and I took a sip of the holy water, and in the holy water,
shit.
it overtook me, and right away I felt I was possessed, and I broke into the freezer and ate all the church's ice cream.
It's the only way to cool down.
It wasn't even ice cream; it was the Marino's Italian ices.
Oh, even better, baby.
Yeah. I was not invited to any church functions afterward. So
Oh man. So yeah, maybe if I was possessed, so then maybe you should see the movie since
because I can
maybe
relate.
you can relate to it. That's I don't know. Just throwing it out there. If you have some free time, maybe in the next couple.
I don't have that. There's no such thing as free time.
So I'll give this one probably a 3, 3.5, leaning towards the 3. I'd watch it again, but I wanted some silly. I'm gonna watch the TV show. I never really watched the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I need that in my life. Some Ash.
Maybe you do.
Ash Campbell, doing stuff.
I thought his name was Ash Ketchum.
That's the Pokemon. That's the Pokemon boy.
Oh,
and did you know this in Pokemon? Ash, he retired. He's no longer.
well, I
the
mean, he's
main
got to
character
be
or
in his 40s.
I know, like they aged them. They still in the same, but they make jokes about like, man, you've been doing this a long time and you still ain't a Pokemaster. So I think he became a Pokemon. I don't know. If you watch Pokemon and you know this, hit us up. Let me know what happened with Ash. He became a Pokemaster.
I never watched Pokemon. Like I know that the cartoon theme song was a banger.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good rock covers of it.
Sure.
If you want to throw that into your YouTube, there's a lot of good ones to pop up and skim through. But never seen any of the movies. Pokemon. I was too old for Pokemon.
Yes.
I played the game a little bit, the Game Boy game.
I played the game
because my brother had it, but wasn't into the cards, wasn't into collecting them. So just never one of my things.
I played the game. I love Pokemon Snap. You taking pictures of the Pokemon, stuff like that. But
I played the a few years ago what was the Pokemon Go when that came out on your mobile devices?
Yes, of course we all did that.
You and I both were. I first
a lot of
downloaded
fun.
it. I was actually in New Orleans when I downloaded it for the first time, and right on Bourbon Street, the first thing, a little Charizard. No, I'm sorry, not Charmander. He hadn't evolved yet.
Yes.
So I had a little Charmander right away, and so that was my initial Pokemon.
Look at that.
But big tourist spot. There was a bunch of shit to find. Walking up and down Bourbon Street. The problem was just that game just ate your battery alive.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun running down the block. There was a gym right down the block for me. It was great.
And then trying to drive slow enough where you would still get credit for walking. That way you could hatch your eggs.
That's very funny.
That's a real thing.
I remember, yes. I was in Denver. I was visiting Denver at the time. We were playing Pokemon
The Sunshine State.
It was good. That's when I saw the Lady Ghostbuster movie, 2016. Woo! Nice. Saw that, and I went outside and catch some Pokemon. Fun trip.
So I watched this week, Gomez,
Ooh,
and
what
I
you
hope you
watch?
did too. This was Netflix's big release this week, and you are a Power Ranger kid.
Yes, I
So
am.
I am not so much. I watched
Yeah.
a little bit as a
I
kid.
didn't think you would watch this.
I was never a super fan, but I found myself with some Lifetime this week, and I decided to sit down and watch Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always on Netflix. So,
Mm.
as a Ranger fan, what was your level of excitement going into this?
I was excited because it was supposed to be, it was supposed to have a lot of the characters we love coming back. I didn't know much beyond that, but I was like, this is cool. Why not? Everyone else is doing this, bring back the old people
Yeah.
to have some fun. I said, why not Power Rangers? So I was definitely on board. Of course, at first, I was like a little hesitant because the Red Ranger guy wasn't coming back. The
Well,
Green Ranger was,
he's probably never coming back.
well, I meant the other guy. But the Green Ranger, before he passed, he did say no to the movie. Same thing with the Pink Ranger.
Mhm.
So at first, that makes me a little like, oh, why these guys ain't doing it? But of course, I'm gonna give it a shot. Come on, Power Rangers.
So I watched it too, but right now Hasbro, I think it's Hasbro, is doing like the Power Ranger Legends figures where it's supposed to be like the greatest versions of the original Rangers to come out. And the Green Ranger has like that kind of harness thing, whatever, but it's not packed with him. And it's not packed with him, it's packed with the Red Ranger instead. So if you see the Green Ranger figure, like, oh wow, that kind of looks weird. Like, where's the other part of his suit? And the reason is because with the Red Ranger, the original Red Ranger, Austin St. John, I believe is his name. He was involved in like a big time Ponzi scheme. So he's going to be in prison for a very long time. He's not being packaged with an alternate head that would have shown his real face.
Hysterical.
So they took that piece of the Green Ranger's armor out and packed it with the Red Ranger to kind of make up and give you the value for not getting
the value by taking away something from the other one that should be there.
Well, they're saving costs on not having an alternate head on the Red Ranger. So maybe that's why they were able to do this extra piece. But all the other Rangers have actual human heads to replace without the helmets, except the Red Ranger now.
I get it, though. Don't want to use his likeness, whatever. That's fine.
So this one, Power Rangers, Once and Always. The Rangers come face to face with a familiar threat from the past. In the midst of a global crisis, they are called on once again to be the heroes the world needs. If you're a fan of the original Rangers, I mean, this is for you, right? This is basically a love letter to the original Power Rangers series from the mid-90s. You get the Black Ranger, the Blue Ranger, and some new friends.
Well, yes, they're from later on, but they're some of those people, they were in the Power Ranger movie. And that Pink Ranger, she was the next Pink Ranger who came. She's in Power Ranger Turbo and shit like that.
The one thing I do think was interesting was the Yellow Ranger, the girl who played Trini, died years ago. Like literally probably 20 years ago. She was in a car accident and passed away. And they kill her off like at the very beginning of this movie. And I was like, oh shit, like we're really fucking going there. Rita Repulsa fucking kills this woman, and they have her daughter in this show become the new Yellow Ranger to replace her and keep on her mom's legacy, which I thought was a nice little turn of events.
Yeah. It's a very sweet little thing.
What this does remind you of is how fucking awful the original Power Rangers is.
They kept the same kind of aesthetic, bro. It looks just like
you have a lot of the original sets that come back, like the hangout place that was like their version of Saved by the Bells, the Max. But like Angel Grove looks like Angel Grove. You get he's not Alpha 5 anymore. He's Alpha whatever number. No Zordon. We're still on the lookout for Zordon.
Yes, one day we'll find them.
But like the acting is just as terrible as you remember it.
It's a long episode basically of the 95 version.
But it's not too long where it gets to the point where you're like, all right, wrap this fucking up already. It's barely it's not even a full hour long.
Yes, 50-something minutes.
So for that, I think they understood what they have. I think they did a good job of honoring the original.
No
and I
reason to-
think if you were ever a fan of the Power Rangers at all, I think you went home happy with this one.
I can't imagine you being angry watching this if you were a Power Ranger fan. It was fun. The fucking music kicked in. I was like, oh man, this is the fucking best. They did all their shit. You know, I loved it. I had a great time with it. Do I want more? You know, maybe once in a while you do a little something, but you know, this was a fun little thing here.
It's the equivalent of seeing like a retro Raw when they bring back like Stone Cold.
Like it's fun.
You don't need to see a full Stone Cold
Not every
match,
week.
But you know what? You want to see him drink a beer, kick someone in the stomach, and give them a stunner. And that's what this movie essentially was. It was a Stone Cold stunner for all the people who grew up loving the Power Rangers.
This movie made me so I was like, you know, I'm having fun with this. Let's watch some other Power Ranger stuff. So I watched that first movie. Man, those computer graphics.
Now hold on.
Some of the worst.
Where did you find that movie?
Oh, I have it. You know.
Okay.
Yes, it's not available anywhere.
That movie is not available anywhere. A lot of people were looking for it this week.
I was thinking of putting it on the Twitch. Maybe I'll do it this weekend.
It's no longer on Netflix. It's not available on Amazon. It's literally, there is a version on YouTube apparently. I don't know if that's gotten pulled down at this point or whatever, because I'm sure it was getting massive amount of views because there was a lot of people looking for it.
Boy, I wish I didn't find it because it's just the computer. It's some of the worst shit I ever seen in my life. Like, I can't believe this was a major motion picture that made millions of dollars, got millions of dollars put into it, and they probably thought those graphics looked fucking great too. It's like, which I can't even imagine. It looks fucking terrible. Oh my goodness.
Have you ever gone back recently to watch the original series?
It's been a while. Like, I know when it popped up on Netflix, I watched some episodes, but that was a while ago.
And now you're talking about the movie, which had a massive budget put into it. But go back and watch that original series, and it is atrocious. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It does not hold up. Product of its time, very successful. We all get it. Sold $1 billion in toys and still a franchise going today. But man, that is a rough fucking watch.
But let me tell you, I'll take those guys in suits any day. You know, big rubber fucking pig head fighting in the bro. This, I tell you, I put it up on the screen. These graphics are horrendous. I couldn't even. It really takes you out of the movie. Like, you looking at it going,
that bad.
It's bad, bro. It's like.
Did you see it in theaters as a kid?
Of course, I ran to the fucking theater.
But like, what do you remember how you felt about it back then?
So I remember it being okay. Like, I was like, oh, you know, because it doesn't have all the original Power Rangers. So it's like, all right, well, like, what are we doing with these new Power Rangers? I didn't like these people at first. And then they get new Zords and stuff. So it's like, oh, it was cool to see. But then it's like,
you wanted them to just play the hits.
Yeah, I got the White Ranger flying this little Falcon thing. Like, what is this little It was, you know, so I liked it. But I remember leaving going, you know, it was okay. I didn't like go, oh, I mean, I still bought all the toys, of course. I had to have the movie version of the Power Rangers.
Obviously.
Oh, I love it. I still do lots of Power Ranger stuff. I try to read Power Ranger comics because that should be going strong. They fought Godzilla last year. It was awesome.
Did they win?
Maybe they had to team up and fight, you know, Lord Zed or whoever the fuck it was in the comic. I don't even remember. Lord Zed. I was a big Lord Zed guy because he looked awesome.
Lord Zed does look awesome. Yes.
And then I turned him into a wrestler, of course. He was the champ in my wrestling fed for a while because he just had the look, and evil bastard. He deserves to be champ. I mean, come on, bro. That's a look.
I hated that. I say this every time. I never crossed action figure lines. Whether it's because I wasn't creative enough, but like it's one of those things that just always bothered me. Like, my G.I. Joes could have their own separate wrestling fed, but they couldn't wrestle against like the Hasbro WWE guys.
That's it. Why don't you want fucking Shawn Michaels versus Michelangelo the Ninja Turtle, bro?
No, absolutely not.
What are you doing? It's size, it's perfect. It's not like a little loser G.I. Joes like this.
Like my Marvel X-Men were not fighting, you know. No, absolutely not.
That's whack. So, like, did the NWO fucking blow your mind when you first heard about it? The idea of someone else coming and fighting to WCW? Whoa.
Well, I mean, those were all wrestlers, so that's fine.
But they're not supposed to fight each other. They're separate.
It's not like they brought in the cast of American Gladiators to fight.
But they did.
It's like Gemini versus Hulk Hogan in Powerball.
You would watch that in a fucking second, bro.
Now, especially. You put that on today, I would watch that. I'd buy tickets. Endeavor wants to sell pay-per-views. Fucking put that on my screen.
I'm surprised there isn't like a new version of this nowadays. The way there's so many shows that are kind of like that, you know, like American
like
Gladiator
Gladiators
type show. Yeah.
Well, remember, they've tried a couple times to bring Gladiators
It's been a
back.
while, I think.
I think now is kind of the perfect time because we're such in this nostalgia of that era. I liked the last one that I remember was hosted by Hogan and Layla Ali, I believe.
Yeah, there was some good stuff there.
The mayor of Longwood, Florida, Matt Morgan, was a gladiator.
Yes, he was. I think
what a terrible wrestler he was.
Oh, it was terrible, bro. I always forget about him, and then I'm like doing Smith stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, that's right, Matt Morgan. Yes, he was a very big thing for a while.
Oof.
When you're that tall, right? You get 4,000 chances, bro.
Yep.
It's so ridiculous.
And you get a name like the Blueprint.
Ugh, the Blueprint. Ugh, goodness gracious.
The Blueprint that's only half done. They left out the part with charisma.
It's true, right? A blueprint doesn't mean it's a finished product, right? It's just you just drew on the fucking blue paper. There you go. Oh man, Joe, there was another big release that was in our wheelhouse this week. Dropped on Hulu. You know? Oh yeah.
When you say, "Oh, I forgot about this," yeah, this is something I forgot about. We tweeted about it. We posted about it on our social media. JoeMeZ and I, the name of this podcast is influenced by this group of comedic performers. If you've ever seen the original Super Troopers, there's a scene where Officer Ramathorn and Officer Farva are sitting in the car, and Farva makes a joke. He's like, "You're Arcot Ramathorn, Ram, and I'm Rod Farva. Rod, we could be Team Ramrod." And that's where this came from. They were Car Ramrod. Me and JoeMeZ became Car JoeMeZ. That is literally what this show is named after.
That's the name of the show.
And we love the original Super Troopers. We love Club Dread. If you've never seen Club Dread, go check it out. It's a really good time. Look for the director's cut, however. It's about 12 minutes longer, but it makes the movie feel so much more complete.
Yes.
But very good movie. Beer Fest. I love Beer Fest.
Good.
So after those three movies, it's like these guys can do no fucking wrong.
No.
But then they come out with Super Troopers 2.
Well, first Slammin' Salmon. I love Slammin' Salmon.
Oh, Slammin' Salmon is very good.
Very good. Slammin' Salmon's first. Then they gave us Super Troopers 2. And I don't know what happened there, bro. Oh my goodness. I ran to the theater. I was like, we gotta see. Came out 4/20, I think 2012. And it was just, we gotta go. And I've never been more disappointed. I'm trying to think, how many times have I been so disappointed in the theater? Because this movie fucking stinks.
Super Troopers 2 was one of those movies that I tried to convince myself was good, even though I knew better. But like leaving the theater, I was like, no, maybe people just didn't get it. But no, it's not good. It's in fact bad.
Very bad. Very bad. So it's been many, many years. These guys, they've been doing their own thing. They're on TV shows, you know, they're all over the place.
Jay Chandrasekhar does a ton.
He's always been doing stuff, yeah.
He directs so many episodes of television, whether you know it or not. He's always making little appearances here and there. You got a couple of the other guys have their own podcasts and whatever else, but like they're all staying busy somewhere.
Yes. And so when I hear, oh, Broken Lizard's back, bro, they got a new movie coming out. I'm like, hey.
It jumps on the radar. It gets on our radar.
Why not? Super Troopers is bad. Super Troopers 2 is bad. But all the other ones are good. Why wouldn't we give this a shot? Well, Joseph,
because this is what happens.
Maybe we shouldn't have given them a shot. They decided, hey, you know what? Let's get the band back together. Let's do a movie about the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Quasimodo. Let's have some fun with this story. I don't know what the fuck. Just the idea itself. What are we doing?
So you say your own words just seconds ago. Let's have some fun with this story. Well, why did they leave out the fun?
I got to be honest. It looked like they were having fun. They seem to be enjoying themselves. Us, I mean, we could be in the minority here. I know the reviews I have seen are mostly this is the worst thing to ever be filmed. Maybe someone else likes it. Maybe it's the right kind of silly for someone. I don't know. Maybe we've outgrown it. Could that be possible? Are we too mature, Joseph?
I think I have to take off my glasses for this.
Uh-oh.
Broken Lizard. Guys, if you're listening and watching, judging, what are we doing? Like, Gomez and I would have killed for you. You brought us that much joy. Do you know how many times we've sat there and loved Beer Fest and loved Super Troopers? The amount of our lives that have been spent quoting these movies. And you give us Quasimodo, a movie about the Hunchback of Notre Dame. And it's just not funny. It's just not good. Like, what are we doing, guys? Like, I just don't know what we're going for, because it's the Pope wants to kill the king, but the king wants to kill the Pope, and somehow the Hunchback gets caught in between and gets to bang the queen. Okay, I guess. I don't like it. I don't know.
Are you familiar with the Hunchback of Notre Dame story?
I've seen the Disney version.
I don't think I've seen that. So I don't even know like what the story is of this. Like, I don't know.
So he like lives in a bell tower.
And he rings a bell. Like, what is he? That's
it's
it?
Like the episode of X-Men where Nightcrawler is at the church in France. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
And Wolverine doesn't believe in religion, but Rogue is like, how can you not believe in God when your friend is a fucking Nightcrawler? And Wolverine's like, holy shit, she's right. God is real. He made my friend a freak.
Poor Nightcrawler. He's the new Spider-Man. There's something going on where he's Spider-Man for some reason. I don't know what's happening.
I can see Nightcrawler being a good Spider-Man. It's just, how do you hide the tail?
Right? I'll pick it up. I'll come back to you. I'll let you guys know. But Broken Lizard, bro.
Anyway, I don't like this movie. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Fucking, I don't know, 1.5 stars.
Yeah, it's like a 1-star movie. I'm trying to think. Is there something you laughed at? I think I went a couple times.
I kept
like a little chuckle.
I kept thinking they were bringing us to the point of something funny, and it just never got there. Nothing ever landed for me, and everything kind of felt very, I don't know, just cliche. Like all the maybe we're just too old. Maybe like that style of humor.
Yeah, because it's very silly. They're going very silly with their stuff. I don't know.
I look, and yes, it is definitely a possibility. Maybe we've grown up in some ways. I don't like to think that.
I don't
want to think that. But if both you and I are sitting here and saying the same things about people that we would have paid tribute to, we would have knelt at the altar of Broken Lizard just a few years ago. And now we're sitting here going, not so good, Al. Maybe it's us. We're not the target demo anymore.
I will say the movie looked good. This is like the best looking movie they've made. Like, it's very, like, they put production value into this movie. Maybe that's where they couldn't pay for jokes. They just
Jokes are expensive.
Jokes are expensive. They ain't easy to come by, bro. It's on Hulu, by the way. So
yeah, it's on Hulu. Go watch.
you're
I mean, I guess go
interested.
watch it. I assume other people have watched it. There are a lot of Broken Lizard fans out there. I mean, they don't get to make all these movies because it's just me and Gomez. But I assume people out there got to like this. People got to like the silliness. People got to just find them charming in some way. Whatever it was, it did not land for me.
No, not at all. One star sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Oh, speaking of stuff that doesn't land, Gomez, let's go to the meat and potatoes for today.
Uh-oh. Oh, baby. We're nearing the end of video game movie month.
Couldn't come any sooner.
Oh, no. Come on. Did we watch something good besides just
Mario Bros.
How was it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, this week we decided to check out Double Dragon. It was 1994, right? Double Dragon.
I believe so.
Oh, baby. You had said you hadn't seen this movie, right? You're
No,
familiar with the game.
For good reason.
Familiar with the game. I can't say I remember any of the storylines in the game. I just remember the side-scrollingness and some
I
of
just
the
remember
characters.
it was a side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Yeah.
It's two brothers, and they were the Double Dragons. Cool.
Yeah. Red
Billy
guy,
and
blue
Jimmy.
guy.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know their
muscle
names.
guys.
To me, they were just red guy, blue guy.
Oh, yeah. No, it was player 1, player 2, bro. Get out of here. That's not the game you're supposed to care about.
So,
the fucking character.
Like, literally, I got no idea what this movie is about. I'm just do it like the movie. Just walk left to right, kick a couple people in the head, and at the end of the day, like, beat a big boss or something. Call it a day. That's not what this movie is about. There's a chain. It gets broken into pieces. Then now the bad guy, who is the T-1000.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna try the guy who fought John Cena in the original 12 rounds.
Yes, it's true. It's great.
Was it 12 rounds of the Marine?
It was. I think it's Marine. I think 12 rounds is the guy from Game of Thrones and The Wire.
Hold on, now we gotta look this up
Littlefinger
for accuracy now.
It's the Littlefinger guy, I believe.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, that's
career. Okay, where's his film?
Oh, it's got to be right there. It's got to be
filmography. So where's like his things he's known for?
That's got to be Terminator.
It is the Marine. It is indeed the Marine.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, the guy who fights John Cena in the Marine.
Yeah.
He wants to put the Double Dragon medallion together and use it for evil. But the lady who adopted the Double Dragon brothers will not let that happen, and she dies protecting her half of the charm that the brothers then have to protect with their lives. And as I'm watching this, one of the first things I go is that the guy from fucking Party of Five?
Yes, it is.
Why is he an Asian karate guy?
Yes, it is. It came out the same year as Party of Five, so I guess he was just the hot thing. He was like the thing to do.
You can't tell me that this movie was the hot thing. Like, I remember it because like we're at that age, but like I don't remember it being like everybody had Double Dragon fever or something. You know what I mean?
No, but I would think that a video game adaptation is like something that's different at the time, so it probably got some play, don't you think? It was probably.
Well, I mean, just looking at box office numbers, the budget on this movie was not even $8 million, so not a lot going into it, and the return at the box office was only 4.2.
Wow.
Okay. So Double Dragon Fever definitely did not sweep the nation here.
Sweep the nation. Oh, okay, I guess so. Let me see what.
But like here we go. We get the guy from Party of Five who looks incredibly out of place.
Yes.
We get the guy who fought John Cena, the bad Terminator, and somehow the biggest star in the movie is kind of kept in the back. Like Alyssa Milano is in this, and to me,
peak Alyssa Milano.
This is peak Alyssa Milano.
Peak Alyssa Milano. What a picture this was.
And it's just like, by the time she makes her on-screen debut in this film, you're just looking at this, and it's already a bad movie. By 6 minutes in, you know this movie sucks. Like, you've seen enough to know that it is horrible. And then all of a sudden they pop Alyssa Milano, and it's like, I'm sorry, what?
So what I love is this one of those movies where they're showing us the future, bro. This movie takes place in 2007.
Oh,
I love seeing what people think is gonna happen in 13 years. Wow, Los Angeles, there was an earthquake. It's now covered in toxic waste. It's like, what the fuck happened here? Oh, I don't think that's how the game looked. I remember it looked like just a regular alleyway.
just looked like a regular
It wasn't
alley,
anything like, oh, this is like fucking dystopia. You got to fight for your life for every little thing.
So,
did you like the car that runs on garbage, Joe?
Oh yeah, it was great.
Like, what are we doing?
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I had this movie on because it was on literally every. We can't get fucking Power Rangers 1995 movie anywhere, but somehow Double Dragon is on every streaming network known to man. What could they possibly be getting in residuals for this many streaming outlets to pick this up? This thing has to basically be given away by the studio for free.
100%. There's no way. This thing is on everything. It's just but who wouldn't want to see Double Dragon, Joe? Come on.
Me. Especially now that I've seen it.
Did you like some of the graphics, like the little shadow man?
No.
And the little
it looks like a fucking Roger Rabbit effect that he's getting ready to put into the dip. We get the little shadow man. It's like the spirit leaving one body and transfer.
Yeah.
And I go, at one point, I'm waiting for Judge Doom to come in.
Oh, what about the big muscle guy, Adobo? I remember that guy. Like, he was a guy you had to fight because he was big and scary looking. Boy, he looked like fucking.
He looked like the stunt double for Batman and Robin version of Bane.
Yeah, it's just big, stupid muscles. Oh, what a fucking movie this was.
Like, listen, this movie sucks. Don't see it. Or maybe you hate yourself.
Maybe this is your thing.
Maybe you like inflicting bodily harm on yourself, and you shouldn't. I would pray that you don't, because I have also been in a bad place recently, and this did not help.
It brought me further down.
It's things like this where I reevaluate why I do this show. But Gomez, one thing I want to ask you, and actually is when you think about movies that take place in the future, what's like the number one that pops to mind?
Usually it's like Terminator, but like I think of like because it's got time travel in it, like so that's the first thing. But a movie that takes place in the future.
See, like I always my number one go-to is Demolition Man.
A Fifth Element would probably be my thing.
So I just looked up what year does Demolition Man?
Yeah, what year? 2010. What is it?
2032. So we're not there yet.
Oh, okay, we're not there yet. All right,
but
we still got time.
Remember, it's 2023 now. We're just really starting to get ahead of the curve on the Taco Bell cantinas. So by 2032, Taco Bell will probably be the most luxurious restaurant on planet Earth. It's just a matter of time.
They're trying, with the they have the fancy cantinas now, right?
Yeah.
So they, it's becoming a thing. That's funny.
So this movie sucks. Let's hit some music and get rid of it.
Oh, sure.
Are you a man? A double main man? Are you a man? A triple main man? A man? A quadruple main man? Are you a man? Are you a man?
Double Dragon.
0 stars.
Wow, we went from back-to-back 5s to we got back-to-back 0s. That is something else. The movie is bad, but
it's very bad.
It's not very long, and I'll say I wasn't bored because there's always something on the screen happening where you're like, what's happening right now? Whether it's because it's just you couldn't believe it, but you know, something's always happening. The action is not particularly good.
Nope.
Which is shocking. Who
The action
knew?
is not good. The story
Party
is
of
not
five
good.
guy.
The acting is not good. There's a lot of not good in here, and I can't think of anything to even put on the outside of this is prime Alyssa Milano. I really don't have anything positive to say. So you know what? Let me rectify my statement.
Oh,
0.25 stars.
Oh, 0.25. We're getting crazy over here. All right. I'll give a 1 star. 1 star for this piece of shit. Oh my goodness, not good. Well, I mean, we can't get any worse, I would think, right, Joe?
It's been pretty bad. But at least we're trying something different.
Well, we got one more week of this, Joe. One more week of video game movies. Are you excited?
Actually, yes. Because that means we're close to being complete.
I figured the only way to end this month with a bang is to watch something with our double main man, The Rock. I'm talking, let's watch some Doom.
What video game movie is what?
Doom, baby. We're gonna watch.
Oh no.
Doom 2005.
Oh no.
Available on Peacock. Let's get it, baby. You agreed to this month. I
didn't know what I was signing up for.
Video game movies have been known to be shitty. Like, we're excited because we got fucking Sonic, which is like a 3, and we're like, yo, Sonic changed the game, bro. Doom 2000. We love The Rock, right? He makes movies that we love.
Remember, we stopped loving The Rock like months ago.
But hold on. This is from when we liked The Rock.
Yeah, but I don't even think The Rock likes this movie.
I don't know. I think I've seen it once when it first came out.
And The Rock really loves The Rock.
He does love The Rock. Does The Rock love The Rock, or does A-Rod love A-Rod? Who loves more? Who loves themselves more?
Oh man, the A-Rod stuff is just so creepy the way he puts it out there. So it's like on just a level of love, on a love-o-meter, it's probably around equal, but it's just so creepy the way A-Rod puts it out there. So I'm gonna say it's a tie, but it's a different type of love.
It's a different type of love. So there we go. Our last movie for Video Game Movie Month, Doom. Check it out on Peacock. Come on, folks. Let's have some fun. Let's end the month with a banger, right? Come on.
Would be nice.
Oh, that's next week, Joe. Let's wrap this one up here.
Oh, please.
It's now time for the big finish.
All right, Joe. It's big finish time. The wheel is up.
What could it possibly be this week?
Let's spin it. Okay. All right. It's a good one, Joe. This week's big finish, album covers. This is I wonder, do the kids do they care about the album covers, right? Back then, like that was cool.
Like what like who even buys an album anymore?
Right? So let me start this up here. Here we go. Because I've found bands I like just based on album covers. I go, oh, this is cool. Let me give this a spin. Nowadays, I don't know. I still do it.
So the number one that I think of, the first one that comes to mind is Nirvana's Nevermind.
Sure.
Like, well, I think
very famous.
Been parodied many times.
Sure.
probably the one that has most meaning to me was Green Day's Dookie.
Love it.
There's a lot. It's a drawing. There's a lot going on. Like I don't want to say it's Easter eggs because they're all out there, but you could look at that album cover many different times and kind of find something new in it each time.
Sure. Definitely. That's a good one. I'm trying to think. Actually, Pumpkins, Melancholy, Infinite Sadness. I always love that beautiful drawing on there. I'm trying to think. What's the good? I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I've thought about album covers, you know?
Yeah. Just from there's, you could say the Beatles, the one where they're walking across the street, I guess, is a big one.
I guess, right. That and the Nevermind. That's probably the famous, right? It's got to be two of the most famous album covers.
Like another one that comes to mind for me is like Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA, where he's standing there and he's got the American flag. Like I guess, it's just what about Rage Against the Machine's first album, the self-titled album, where it's the Buddhist monk engulfed in flames?
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Yes, that's a good one.
Like that was like an eye-catching album cover.
I'm trying to think of my favorite Iron Maiden cover.
Like all that stuff is kind of
I'm trying to think
in its own.
I'm trying to think which one's the best version of Eddie there. So I mean that would be number 2, one of the Iron Maidens. Let's see what's the third one. So I'm in my head. I'm thinking of album covers. That's okay. That's cool.
But there's a lot where it's like, okay, like the Beatles one is obviously a big one, but it doesn't really mean much to me. It wasn't my era, and I honestly don't really like the Beatles. Like, I'm sure the Dark Side of the Moon means a lot to people. I'm sure there's some kind of Led Zeppelin one out there that people are gonna say, "Oh, this is the one." But this is, at the end of the day, we're asking what is impactful to me and what is impactful to you. And I'm gonna have to go Nevermind, Dookie, and I'm gonna go with that Rage Against the Machine album.
I'm trying to think. Korn had some good ones. Follow the Leader's a great one with the girl on the swing and the creepy shadow behind. Man. Oh, that's the self-title. I'm sorry. Follow the Leader's the hopscotch girl. Life is Peach. Let's go with all right, we're gonna go. I'm gonna throw a curveball and I'm gonna say Bleeding Through the Truth. It's like a guy with no jaw and blood everywhere. It's very it's pretty crazy looking.
Well, there you have it. The Car JoeMeZ top 3 album covers as selected by Car JoeMeZ.
Yeah, baby. Hit him with them plugs, Joe.
Guys, thanks for listening. Remember to hit subscribe wherever it is that you're listening to this, or if you're watching on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, get down in the comments. Hit us with your top 3 album covers. Let us know what's going on. Follow us on all the social media at Car JoeMeZ. Make sure you leave a 5-star review. And if you do, screenshot it, tweet it to us at Car JoeMeZ. And you, like the GBB for the fucking 25 minutes earlier, could win an autographed 8x10 as a token of appreciation from both Gomez and myself. You can find all my stuff at The Joe Shoes, ProWrestlingTees.com/Joe Shoes. Please support, buy a t-shirt. All that stuff goes back into helping pay the bills on this podcast, as well as my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Joe Shoes.
The Gomez 154, Instagram and Twitter. And check out that Twitch stream. I'll do some Power Rangers this weekend. I'll put up the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie, maybe some clips and stuff like that. So twitch.tv/Mez movie. Come hang out, bro.
Can't beat that. But Gomez. All that being said, let's make like Tom and cruise.
Peace.